late. I know I'm late. I know I'm late. I know I'm late. I know. But it's good to be here. Thank you all who are here, who are joining. If you are watching the replay, thank you as well. Hi, I am Mambo. I am one of the priestesses over at Vision of Dantor. I'm actually the founding mother and the coven mother of Vision of Dantor. I'm also the founder and facilitator of the Charm School Mentorship Program. I am your weekly reader as well. I've not done a midweek check-in in like forever. So I'm really, really excited to be here. I'm honest. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be really transparent. My energy was hella low today, but for whatever reason, in the last half hour, it's really, really picked up, and I think it's because I'm spending time with y'all. So midweek check-in is different in format from the weekly energy reading. The questions I'm going to ask today are we're going to start with the general, see what you need to know as you enter the weekend. Since we just had a full moon yesterday. And I want to apologize to the patrons. I know I was supposed to do a full moon reading. Energy was low. I don't believe in getting on camera when my energy is low, especially because I'm being spiritually gang stalked right now. That's not funny. Why is that funny? It's not funny. It's really sad, but yeah. So when my energy is already low because I am somebody who survives with chronic illness, and my the main spiritual stalker used that against me over the summer. I don't get on camera if I'm not feeling well, but I'm good today. So we're here today. We're gonna talk. We're gonna chat a little bit. After I do the weekend check-in reading, I'm gonna do just a little check-in to see what we need to be mindful of post full moon. The energy of full moon tends to last about 72 hours after the full moon. So even though it's post full moon, this wisdom should still benefit y'all. And then because Valentine's Day is tomorrow, I'm gonna do a little reading about Valentine's Day just to see what you guys need to be aware of as we enter this fake ass romance capitalism holiday. I low key hate Valentine's Day. It's not because I don't love love. I actually really love love. I hate Valentine's Day because of capitalism. Every year for the week before and the week after, roses are just exorbitantly priced. And you guys, I say this all the time when I'm on here. I use roses constantly in my spiritual practice. So the roses that would typically cost me between $9 and about $14 a bunch are anywhere, kid you not, between $22 and $25 a bunch. So yeah, that's why I hate Valentine's Day. But I'm gonna read you guys' comments really quickly, and then we'll go ahead and start checking it. You know, it's ridiculous right now. The $12 roses at Kroger are $22 right now. The cheapest place to get roses right now is Trader Joe's. And those are still overpriced because they're typically like $9, but they're $12 or $13. It's insane. Exactly. So I cannot wait until after next week when things get back to normal. But hey, Omomoare. Hey, Dulcinea. Hey, Berserker Magica. I'm gonna accept that, Berserker Magica. This was not the hair color I wanted. Omomoare. I reached out to her about my anger with that yesterday. But this was not the color that I wanted. So I want to say thank you to Marare, what did Dulcinea say? She said, Cowboy Carter tour ready. I asked for Storm and was given Cowboy Carter, which I respect and I accept that you guys saying it doesn't look bad, but because it wasn't what I wanted, I'm still pissed. So, but thank you. Thank you, Bertal. Hi, JL. Thank you so much. Hey, Fradasi. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into it. Ancestors, angels, and master spirits who work with me. What do we as a collective need to know as we go into this weekend? Are there any lessons or messages that we did not receive during the weekly reading that we need to take heed to now? Please give us the wisdom that will allow us to order our steps so that we can have peace this weekend or minimize any disruption that we may not have control over. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Hey, my zone. Because we just said this yesterday, so it's hilarious that Dulcidia said the same thing. Any thoughts that come up that tell you should not be taking the best possible care of yourself this week, you need to drown them out. Whether those are thoughts that come from you or come from another person. Not taking care of yourself, not reserving energy for self-care, it's not helpful. It's actually counter to helping yourself. I was making my jokes about capitalism and romance capitalism earlier, but honestly, one of the symptoms of capitalism is hustle culture, is this belief that in order to have financial wealth, to have financial security, to be able to move forward in the ways that you want to, that you have to be working constantly all the time. That is not true. That leads to burnout, whether it is energetic or whether it is literally the breaking down of your body so that you can't work at your best capacity. So this is a weekend that needs to be spent making sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you're eating good, that you're giving yourself the forms of nurture that you want, that you're really, really pouring into your cup so that you feel good, right? Yes, you have big things you need to answer, but that shit can wait until the start of next week. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, especially my little anxious babies who I feel like if you're not always working or doing something, things are going to work out. That is not true. So be careful about your self-defeating thoughts, about your thoughts that force you into being your own slave driver, whether it is thoughts that come from you that are fear-based or trauma-based, or whether it is other people projecting their poverty consciousness and mindset onto you. Very first card that comes up, Queen of Pentacles. What do I always say about her? Part of the reason why she has such good energy and favor in her life is because she's really deliberate about taking care of herself. Yes, people see the success. They see the good business relationships. Ferdasi, you know I was talking about your black ass. That's why you put up those. That's why you put up those emojis. Yes, she's hardworking. Yes, she produces good quality work. Yes, she has a lot of respect from people. But she's work-life balance personified. That's what makes her so amazing. So yes, she's going to work hard when it's time to work, but when it's time to lay down, or when it's time to turn up, or when it's time to be in collaboration and love with her family, that is her full focus. So for a lot of you going into this weekend, your care needs to be your full focus. We don't talk about this as being a King of Swords issue, but it kind of is, right? Because what's one thing we know about the King of Swords? You can't tell him what to do. Because he knows what he needs and what is right for him, he will not be swayed. So as opposed to a King of Wands that is always ready to fight and that is impulsive in their strategy, King of Swords is really well thought out, and they don't pounce or waste their energy unless they have to. I think that these two cards together are really amazing for us to be thinking about our self-care and our nurture as we go into this weekend. There are a lot of you guys that want to stay busy, but you actually need to be still. You actually need to be still. You need to be under your blankets with a good book. If you don't want to just lay down, because I know some of y'all, that makes y'all anxious, you need to be cleaning your home, right? You need to be cooking some really nice, delicious meals to get you set up for the next week, right? And freezing and doing what you need to do. But whatever it is that's going to allow you to really be still and nurture yourself while being still so that you can even see clearly what's coming up ahead of you, that's what your focus needs to be on as we go into this weekend. Now, for a lot of us, that's really hard to do, right? So be careful about betraying yourself, especially if your energy is already low, especially if you're already feeling tired. Be deliberate about not betraying yourself and confusing yourself into going against what your best needs are. In addition to that, don't talk to anybody who is going to talk you into betraying yourself, right? Seven of Swords is also the thief card, right? So there may be somebody who you taking care of yourself is not convenient to them as you go into this weekend, right? They really need to benefit from your extra energy. They are dependent on you. So they will gaslight you. They will manipulate you into believing that you're selfish. And they will gaslight you into betraying yourself. Don't listen to anybody that's going to do that shit. If it is setting you up to work against you, it is not right. Okay? Make sure you're talking to people that are capable of giving you good advice. Page of Swords, the teacher's pet. So yes, this is, some of y'all, this is coming up because this is practice. You're learning how to set those healthy boundaries. You're learning how to tell people no and not feel guilty about it. You're learning to say, yes, I don't necessarily have anything on my calendar, but you don't get to fill my calendar for me, right? That's the only reason why it's hard for some of y'all to nurture yourself and take care of yourself the way you know you need to, is that you don't feel comfortable with having free time and free space, not just because you're not used to it, but because if you have people around you where the second you have a moment to breathe, they start making plans with your time, that is going to confuse the hell out of you. So make sure you are teaching yourself and that you are only talking to and engaging with people that can teach you what it looks like to really nurture you, right? Do not be up under poverty-minded people. These are the people that want you to believe that you have to work 24/7. In order to be successful, that if you do take time for rest, that makes you lazy, right? And here's the thing. I love that Five of Pentacles is poverty consciousness and not literal poverty, because that means it's an opportunity to avoid the literal poverty by making sure that you change your consciousness, right? Fives do represent chaos. But for me, and maybe it's just because of the spirits that I work with, chaos represents moments of reflection, right? So really ask yourself, if the people that are trying to talk you into overworking yourself, telling you that you're lazy because you want to take time to rest, guilting you about the fact that you have the luxury of free time, because let's be real, free time is a luxury, right? Ask yourself, do I even want to live the lives that they have, right? There's probably somebody that's telling you you ain't shit because of the kind of apartment you live in, and they haven't had an apartment in years, right? They're bouncing and couch surfing in between different people. These are probably the people that are telling you, yeah, your business is not where you want it to be because you take your weekends off and I don't take weekends off. And they're fucking lying, right? These are the people that will literally cancel appointments, cancel their obligations, cancel their responsibilities for vices or video games or bullshit. Don't listen to people who do not live the kind of life that you want. Now, people may say that that makes you elitist. That doesn't make you elitist. That means you have common sense. If somebody is living in poverty themselves and somebody has not figured out how to live the kind of lifestyle that they are judging you for claiming for you, why would you listen to them? That is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Look at the messenger and ask yourself, are they qualified to be delivering you the message? So to summarize, as we go into this weekend, y'all have to be really, really careful about how you teach yourself, or not teach, treat yourself. Nurture yourself. Allow yourself to rest, because that's the only thing that's going to give you the capacity to take on the things that you care about. Some of you guys are running on fumes right now and wondering why you're not getting good results. Well, A, it's because you don't have the energy for it, but B, you're taking wisdom from idiots. You're taking wisdom from people who don't have what it is you want and who are not equipped to guide you. So if you feel obligated to listen to people right now, make sure that these are people that actually live a lifestyle that is reflective of what you are trying to embrace. If these are people that are doing worse than you or who are barely at the same level as you, why are you listening? Right? Drown them out with some Netflix or some YouTube or whatever it is that's actually going to bring you comfort instead of internalizing wisdom that's only going to lead you to betray yourself and your greater interest. That is the general reading. Let's see what the spirits want us to know about this Leo full moon that we just experienced. Yes, sisters, angels, and master spirits of walk with me, elongated ancestors. What wisdom does the collective need at this time about the Leo full moon? What was released? What still needs to be released? What do we need to be mindful of as this energy starts to subside? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Take time off just to rest. Yes, it's okay to not do anything. We don't have to be busy, busy, busy all the time. And some of you guys, and I'm pulling this from my candle, some of you guys are wondering why money is not coming through the way you want it to. You aren't being still long enough to receive it. Your overwork is creating an anxiety that is not peaceful. And what do I always say? Money likes to be appreciated. Money likes peace. Money likes all the shit we like. Money likes that too. So if you an anxious, nervous wreck and you are overworking a situation and bringing all this doubt into it, the fuck makes you think that the money is going to come to you if that's what you're doing, right? I bought up doubt, and I love the way my spirit showed up for me because I didn't know that this was going to be part of the reading. I bought up doubt because that's a huge part of what a lot of you guys need to be releasing. If you did not already release this for the full moon, you need to be working towards releasing that as this energy of the full moons is still in the process of subsiding, right? You need to be in an energy where not only do you believe in yourself, but you are low-key obsessed with you. You are passionate about you. You don't let people play about you. This is such a Leo message. You don't let people play about you, right? The Eight of Wands passion is very intuitive. It's very present. It's very much about being so confident that you are ready for any blessings or opportunities that come to you, even if they come to you at the drop of the dime. It's an energy of staying ready so you don't have to get ready. And typically it's confident people. It's people that believe in themselves. It's people that are absent of self-doubt that are able to take care of those last minute opportunities, right? The full moon, whether some of you guys actively called it in or not, has really pushed some obstacles out of y'all's way. So now stand in your confidence and be ready for the blessings that are coming. In the next 6 or so weeks, your profile is going to increase. And it's going to increase in a way that brings you a lot of respect and a lot of admiration. A lot of people are going to be in your corner that really, really want to see you win. And in order for you to be able to take advantage of this, again, you have to be in your confidence energy. So releasing self-doubt. Because here's the thing, the people around you that have their eye on you, they don't doubt you. So if the people who are rooting for you don't doubt you, why are you doubting you, right? Some of these people who are in your sphere of influence, they're never really going to get close to you, but some of them are. And that's another reason why you need to be at your best and in your highest place of self-belief right now. Because some of these people are going to trickle into your chosen family. Okay? And first impressions are important, right? Think about when you're breaking up, like whether it's a love breakup or friendship breakup, whatever. What keeps us in those situations for the long haul? Those memories of that first impression, those memories of that person showing up at their best in their beginning. So you want to show up your best when you are attracting potential chosen family. And for a lot of you, over these next 6 weeks, some of the new associations that are coming to your life are meant to be ongoing. These are people that you're going to build tradition and memories with. Stand in your word and believe who you are. Believe who you are. Stand in your word and believe who you are. That is the energy of King of Swords. I often joke and say that you can't tell them nothing, but it's important that you can't tell them nothing, right? You have to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. King of Swords, more than anybody, is aware of how hard they work, how far they've come, and because of that, they don't let people play about them. So they believe what they believe because they've worked hard for their wisdom and what they believe. What does that have to do with you? How does that relate to the full moon? Well, y'all know way more than you give yourself credit for. So start standing in that knowledge and wisdom. Let that knowledge and wisdom guide you and exercise more leadership over your own life. There's another message that I'm getting from the King of Swords. We want to believe that the King of Wands is the most skilled warrior. No, they're the most active warrior. They fight the most. King of Swords is the most skilled and the most decorated warrior, but they don't fight often. You got to do a lot to make a King of Swords come down off their throne. So as we move in the energy post this full moon, understanding that everybody is not worth your attention is going to be really important, because as this energy is increasing around you, the fight energy in other people is going to be increasing. Stand in your confidence and be confident enough not to be the moon who barks back at the dog. That's very, very important right now. And understand that if you are not confident enough to ignore people, to not let them bait you into petty arguments, it's only because there's something going on in terms of emotional imbalance within you, right? There's somebody who may have been able to find a way to pull at a heartstring or tap on a wound that you have not paid attention to and healed yet. So part of what you need to do, in addition to standing in your confidence post full moon, is really reflect on, are all my needs met? Do I feel emotionally secure? And if you don't feel emotionally secure, figure out what you need to do to make sure that you are. Because here's the thing, skilled warrior, energy to fuck somebody up. There's no reason why you can't fight for yourself. You can handle any battle that somebody tries to bring you your way. But realistically, with all this love and admiration that's coming your way, why would you waste yourself? Why would you waste your energy on a battle right now? Why would you let the lonely distract you right now? So post full moon, we need to be making sure that we are standing in our confidence, that we know who we are, that we are so self-full and honestly, literally so self-obsessed that people can't distract us with their petty jabs, with their petty disputes, with their petty arguments. We are only taking up the fights that are worth it because we are aware of our reputation and we are aware of the love and support within community that we're calling in. And we're not going to let hateful people pull us in a situation where we lose focus on that. Post full moon, you need to release your self-doubt. You need to release your hyper dependence on other people's opinion. And you need to release this habit of avoiding your personal work. Some of you guys don't tap in and look into whether or not you are emotionally balanced or you feel emotionally secure because you feel it's weak, which is one of the craziest things in the world to me. How is having the strength to nurture yourself weakness? It's not. And the people who don't nurture themselves tend to be deeply paranoid. They tend to be very insecure. They tend to think everybody's attacking them. And because of that, they're constantly projecting and constantly creating fights where they don't need to be. So in order to be the skilled warrior and the chief who knows what they're doing, make sure that you have your needs met so that people can't distract you. Okay? That is the post full moon reading. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know about Valentine's Day. Other than roses are overpriced, and that's frustrating. Ancestors, angels, sitting masters, spirits that walk with me, my elevated ancestors. What wisdom do we need about Valentine's Day as a collective? What collective message do you want to give the people who are tuning in or rewatching about how they should navigate Valentine's Day, how they should allow themselves to feel during Valentine's Day, the best and healthiest ways to be spending this Valentine's Day? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. This full moon has my kids hype. My kids, I didn't sleep last night. I got maybe 2 hours. So I'm not surprised by that for Tall. Like this energy, this full moon energy was very fiery. And for those of you who work, who do spiritual work, I wouldn't be surprised if, you heard a lot. And there was a lot of talking happening last night because that's what was going on with me, most definitely. I haven't even pulled the whole spread over. Be careful about the spirit of comparison, because the main thing that's burning some of you all out is the spirit of comparison. And if you bring that energy into this holiday, not only will you fuck up whatever beautiful things your partner have set up for you, you will just use this holiday as another way to drain your own energy and to further feed your burnout. So just be very, very, very careful about your spirit of comparison, okay? Very first card, again, 10 of Wands, burnout. Some of you guys have baggage on your back that ain't got nothing to do with you, right? Whether that's expectations around love or romance, or whether that's baggage around the fact that you feel like you shouldn't be celebrating Valentine's Day because you don't have a lover, whatever the baggage is, that is draining the fuck out of you. So you need to acknowledge that that baggage is there so that you don't project it onto your situation as we go into this holiday. Do not be wrapped up in the spirit of comparison. Some of you guys are going to do too much, spend too much, be resentful, whatever it is, and that's going to put you in an energetic and a tangible, honestly, deficit. So that's something you need to ask yourself. Some of you guys, and I see people do this every year, you're doing the cookie cutter Valentine's Day things because you feel like you should be. But here's the thing. If you had the same interests as your partner, and if you were genuinely connected with them in a shared goals kind of way, you wouldn't feel an obligation to do that shit, because most of your partners just want to sleep. They just want rest. They want something peaceful. They would be comfortable with, and I'm not saying this for me, but I don't know. So one of y'all want this and you haven't articulated to your partner because it just popped into my head, and I know I don't want it. And if my person does this to me, I'm gonna actually be pissed. But some of y'all just want a bucket of chicken and to watch a movie under some blankets on the couch with your partner, right? Because you're fucking tired, because you're burnt out. And you don't want Valentine's Day to just become another opportunity to overperform for other people so that you can post things on social media and waste a bunch of money that you will be upset about later. So be careful about your spirit of comparison. Yes, celebrate the way that people are celebrating, or be happy for the ways that people are celebrating for themselves authentically, but don't feel an obligation to compare, because that's not going to be helpful for you. The Lover's card, very similarly to the Two of Cups, is very much about reciprocity. and it's about authentic love. It's Gemini energy, right? It's the twins. It's you guys being on the same page. So it's more important that you do something that is genuine for this holiday, something that's genuinely going to touch your lover, your partner, and even if that lover is yourself, right? Because what do I always say about the twin flame? You are your twin flame, right? Make sure that you are doing something that is genuine for you and your other person. Don't be wrapped up in performance right now, because this will literally set the tone for the remainder of your relationship. Are you guys showing up genuine with one another, or is this another performance that you put on for other people? That's important. If you didn't talk about what you want for this Valentine's Day, that's okay. Make sure you talk about it next year. Some of you guys don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. I know married couples who've been together for decades that don't like to celebrate Valentine's Day. So they make it a point. They do like anti-Valentine's Day, right? Where they don't go out and they don't buy each other things, right? If that's you and that's what you genuinely want, give yourself permission to not only articulate that, but have those conversations so that you are building new traditions with your lover instead of just doing the cookie cutter shit, right? We end with the 10 of Cups, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite cards because this is about the people you build tradition and memories with. I want to keep reiterating, some of you guys do the same bullshit every year for Valentine's Day, which is overspend so that you have nice pictures to shove in people's face like, look at me, I have love. And that's not even what you guys genuinely want. So think about, is this what I want to be doing for the next 10 years with the people in my life that I love? If it's not, then build the traditions that you want. Make them authentic, make them feel good to you, but don't do them out of habit and obligation. Those are all three of the spreads for the midweek check-in. I'm gonna pause in case there are questions from the audience. If anyone has any questions, personal questions that they want me to answer for them before we wrap up, please go ahead and type those in the comments so that I will answer them for you. If not, or in the meantime, rather, I will just go ahead and give you guys some quick updates. Patreon is still up and active. Our class on enchanting social media for protection and abundance will take place February 25th, which I believe is a Tuesday. So, and this is a Patreon exclusive class. I'm still deciding on whether or not I'm going to be reselling the Patreon classes. I'm leaning towards no. So if you want to take this class, the only ways you can have access to it are if you are subscribed to my Patreon, or if you are one of my my mentorship students. So if you want the class on enchanting your social media for protection and abundance, make sure that you sign up for my Patreon so that you can be there with us on February 25th. There are little more than 48 hours left to book your forecast readings if you have not. I'm taking them off the website after midnight on Saturday. So if you want to get one, make sure you book it now. You can use the code HEARTS, HEARTS, at checkout to receive an additional 25% off. Here's the thing. There is a yearly forecast reading on my website. That's more for people to get around their birthdays. So before you ask, Mambo, do you have a comparable reading I can get later? Yes, I do. But it's $50 more for both the mini and the full. So this is why I do the forecast readings, because they are additionally lower priced. And then once you use the discount codes, you get a lower. But if I have to do this reading later in the year, y'all gonna pay more. I love y'all, but y'all just gonna pay more. That's just the reality of it. So if you know you want it and you know you don't want to pay upwards more than $200 for it, now's the time to book it, okay? It's only gonna be available at these discounted prices for about 2 more days. We have about less than a month left before the deadline to register for the Sacred Alignment Divine Feminine retreat. If you want to join us, April 11th through 13th in Texas for a week of healing, for a week of learning about the divine feminine as it relates to Vodou as it relates to hoodoo, learning active strategies around how to heal and nurture not only the divine feminine within you, but within those in your life, as well as to get in-person healing services from me, right? Sign up for the retreat. Join us in Texas. It's going to be a dope ass 3 days. We're going to heal during the day, and we're going to do hood rat shit at night, which is how I run my retreats. It's going to be really, really fun. You guys will enjoy yourselves, okay? Never been a fan of this holiday, even when I was married. Give me some, and I'm good. See, I'm similarly to you, Omomore. If you give me what I need throughout the rest of my life, I don't have to give a fuck about Valentine's Day, right? Spoil me and give me the stuff I need, period. So that way I don't have to wait until one day a year to feel like I'm being paid attention to. Should I protect myself from my housemate's boyfriend who now lives with us? Girl, Dulcinea, we need to talk. I feel like the last few lives I've done, you've asked me questions that have made me be like, oh God, what's going on? Let's see. Let's see what comes up. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me. Does Dulcinea need to protect herself from her housemate's boyfriend? If so, how? What's going on with the situation? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. And if there's anyone else that has a question other than Dulcinea, go ahead and type it out in the comments. If not, we can wrap it up. I'll be back on Sunday anyway. Yeah, absolutely. This is a person that's emotionally unstable, and they tend to be emotionally manipulative. It's like instead of dealing with their emotional instability, the way that they feel like they are in control is through the manipulation and the gaslighting of other people. This is also somebody that thrives on female messiness and will create the word that I almost said was trauma, even though that doesn't feel right, but I'm gonna say it because I feel like Spirit put it on my tongues. But they will create division between you and your roommate just because, right? Debilitated King of Cups men are like that. Debilitated Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces men are like that. I don't know if they are any of these signs, but that's the energy that tends to come up with a toxic King of Cups. So yeah, baby, literally first card's Magician. You got to work this motherfucker. So you need to work them. If you don't feel comfortable doing the working for yourself or you need me to guide you through it, you know where to find me. But go ahead and work them so that you can create the environment of peace that you deserve in your home. Low key, this is not, so again, because of that toxicity in them, they don't like emotionally stable women. They themselves have mommy issues and feel like if they cannot make themselves the center of attention with the women in their lives, that they have to, again, create disruption through emotional manipulation, mind games, playing with people in order to do that. Another thing about King of Cups in reverse is that he may be one of those people that gets bold when he drinks. So be careful about that too. But yeah, girl, you need to do some work against him. You need to do something to protect yourself. Absolutely. And we can talk about that. I need him out of your house too, and I didn't even know he was in your house until just now. But just based off of the little that I've seen, we do need to get him out of your house. And again, that's something we can discuss if you are interested in it. But yeah, you are very welcome. Always welcome, Dulcinea. I don't see any other questions, so I'm not going to hold you guys here. I'm going to let this be a short one. Love you all. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this makeup and try to record a Patreon video now. But I love you all. I will see you Sunday. Y'all know where to find me if you need me. The sale on my website, Soleil Conjure Shop, is still running. So that discount code HEARTS is good until midnight on Saturday night. So if you want to book any reading or get any classes with me, make sure you go ahead and check out my website. And until Sunday, I want you all to take care. Talk to y'all later. Bye.